Hey everybody, Steve Shermer here, the Golf Gambling Podcast, with your one and done picks for the American Express. And last week we had Eric Cole. Okay, start. He almost missed the cut. That would have been really devastating. Start with a big fat goose egg. We had a really good weekend. Scratched out $150,000. Not great. Not going to kill you, but we roll on into the American Express. And this is kind of a tough week. As I've talked about in my previous shows and we did the betting shows, these are three really easy golf courses. Obviously, whenever you have a course rotation set up, it's not really the easiest to handicap. You got to look at all three golf courses, but also too, this can devolve into kind of a putting contest. And there's a lot of short irons. Really expands the field of who actually can win here. That's why we've seen a lot of long shot winners like Adam Long and Andrew Landry and Hudson Swafford even. Lots of guys who can get hot with a putter, who are good with their short irons, can do well. Do you want to get cute and go down the card and pick, some of your long shots? You could in a one and done. To me, I think there's a lot of really good players up the top of the board. Like it's it's not as top heavy as what some of these other fields are. There's a lot of guys, if you look at the odds board, between 25, 50, 60 to 1 that are really appealing, can definitely go to 27 under to win this thing. I think that's probably where I'm looking more for my one and done picks. Maybe try and get maybe someone's not quite as popular in that range, and hopefully maybe get a winner. So here are my top 5 picks that I like. I'll go from 5 to 1. Would 1 be my official pick, but number 5 this week, he's probably going to be kind of a trendy, I guess, quote unquote sleeper. Adam Hadwin. I set out at the beginning of the week saying I was just going to bet this guy. This is a guy who I almost cashed for a win at Rocket Mortgage last summer and at Shriners. He broke my heart both times, but he is on record for saying how much he loves the overseeded golf courses in the desert. It shows in the results here. He shot a 59, I think, on the Nicklaus tournament course back in 2019, I believe. He's got a bunch of other top 20s and top 10s. And he's been so close to winning. I'm sure he's had this event circled on his calendar. And the fact he's such a good putter and good short iron player, and obviously really good on these overseeded greens, is no wonder why he's really good at this course. So I think he's a fine one and done pick. Probably safe. He's going to be a little trendy for a sleeper pick, but I think he's going to show well for you this week. Number 4, definitely somebody who I don't think is going to be all that popular. When I revealed that I bet him outright on the betting show this week, my co-host, usually because he hates this guy, recoiled in horror and disgust at me. But how about Justin Thomas making his first start this year at the American Express? He has improved a lot based on some of the results he had last fall. Top 5s of the NetBank and Fortinet and the Hero World Challenge. I understand those are not, deep fields or all the prestigious events, but you can see the iron play starting to come around. He's even starting to putt a little better. Justin Thomas is also a tremendous short iron player, one of the best in the fields. So if that putter's starting to come around and he can just stick it close with the short irons all week long, I think he definitely can be a threat to get back in the winner's circle and finally shake off the slump he's been in for about a year. Number 3, probably I would say the most popular pick this week in one and done, Sungjae Im. I have nothing bad to say about it though, just because he is really good for this golf course, really good on plotting Pete Dye designs, really good with the short irons, high birdie rates, great putter as well. He's been in the mix of this tournament a couple of times. I think a couple of years ago he was leading heading into the weekend, and he actually earned the nickname that we call him on the show is Knucklehead when he tried to carve a hybrid out of a fairway bunker over water, when he probably should have just taken his medicine. But he's been very close to winning over the last year. A lot of solid finishes. Probably, he had a really bad Saturday at the Century, came back strong on Sunday to almost kind of, get up there towards the win. He hasn't won in, I think, 2.5 years, despite being very close towards the top of the leaderboard at the end. I like Sungjae a lot this week. I think he's a fine one and done pick based on what he can do at this golf course. Number 2, Sam Burns. This was actually the guy that I decided at the beginning of the week I was going to bet him as long as the number wasn't unreasonable. And he hasn't been all that good lately. He's definitely an up and down player, but he's been good at PGA West, good at the Stadium course. He was tied for the lead last year after round 1 at the Stadium course. Great short iron player. Despite some of his shortcomings with his overall iron play, he tends to show very well at golf courses that has a lot of short irons. Sam Burns is very good in that category, and obviously a tremendously hot putter. makes a lot of birdies. If this is going to be a shootout, he is absolutely somebody who can get up to that range in the mid-20s and contend for the win. And I really like Sam Burns this week, proven winner, multiple-time winner. I think he's going to do well. But my pick for one and done this week, I'm just going to take Patrick Cantlay. I'm going to spend that bullet right now. He is awesome at this golf course. He is awesome at golf courses like this. It seems like with Cantlay, a lot of people question his toughness and mental fortitude. But whenever he seems like he gets on these short, easy tracks where it's a lot of short irons and turns into a putting contest, and the weather isn't all that, difficult either. This is desert golf. It's going to be upper 60s all week with no wind. That just seems like perfect Patrick Cantlay recipe for a really good showing. He should be motivated at this point. He has not won in over a year at this point. This is an event he probably has circled on his calendar to get one done. I like him a lot this week. I'm not betting him outright because the number's too short, but for one and done, it doesn't matter. I can just pick him here. So that's where I'm going to go this week with one and done. I'm picking Patrick Cantlay. One and done for the American Express. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We get free content out there. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Golf Gambling Podcast on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, give us a rate and review as well. We appreciate it there. So with that, good luck with your one and done contests for the American Express.